Modern girl travels through the stars to open a restaurant. In this interstellar wasteland where everyone drinks nutrient fluid, she captures a group of fluffy hearts with Chinese cuisine. Little does she know, these fluffies all have impressive backgrounds. The proud, sundeer cat who loves to eat rice turns out to be the Federation's young marshal with triple S grade combat power and psychic ability. The Shiba Inu, who eats 3 bowls of rice per meal, is the stage king, the top interstellar singer. The coquettish, floppy-eared bunny is the noble and aloof interstellar movie queen. The cunning little fox who schemes even over snacks is the fabulously wealthy interstellar richest person. The long-tailed tit that tilts its head cutely when eating is the brightest interstellar idol. Ju Yu is completely stunned. She had forgotten. This is a Federation star that reveres a hierarchy system. Lavish jobs are tied to psychic ability. Having a morph is the first step to awakening psychic power. As an ordinary person without a morph, you simply cannot find a job and can only work cheap hourly labor. On the first day of her transmigration, she is thrown out by her landlord for failing to pay rent. Just as she is about to become homeless, a mechanical voice suddenly sounds in her mind. Business Simulation System 077, at your service. Are you willing to participate in the game's beta test? We will provide you with suggestions. Willing. Before the system finishes speaking, Ju Yu agrees without hesitation. As long as the system is willing to provide a place to live, she is willing to participate in any game. As soon as the words fell, a virtual screen suddenly appeared before her. New text appeared on it. Please proceed to planet F228. Ju Yu immediately opened Guangmang and used her last savings to snag a discounted starship ticket. After a 2-hour journey, she finally arrived at the F228 Star Transfer Station. The moment she stepped off the starship, Ju Yu was dumbfounded. Before her eyes was a boundless desolation. Withered vegetation danced in the wind. Endless yellow sand covered the entire planet. A deathly silence surrounded her, along with faintly visible ruins and broken walls. And the restaurant provided by the system was a dilapidated thatched hut. System, is this the restaurant you provided me? Dear, we offer 0 interest loans. You can take a loan to purchase energy stones. After activating the restaurant, it will be automatically deducted from the monthly revenue. She finally felt like she had boarded a pirate ship. But there was no turning back now. She could only grit her teeth and sign the loan. The next second, the dilapidated thatched hut rose from the ground, transforming into a 2-story building, automatically decorated into a simple style small restaurant. A transparent protective shield generated around it, firmly enveloping the entire structure. Ju Yu named the restaurant Salted Fish Restaurant has been bound. Congratulations, you have obtained the newbie gift pack. 3,000 star coins. Nutrient Fluid 3 have recipe minced meat with eggs. First opening mission. Sell 1 portion of food within 48 hours. If not completed, the system will reclaim all facilities including the shop. Please strive to operate. Ju Yu, who had just thought about resting, jolted upright in shock. A debt of 10 million. And purchased items will be reclaimed. She hurriedly seized the time to take a walk outside. Just after stepping out, she heard a cat's meow. The cat had a pair of long, pointed ears, a body of slender, dense, cream-colored fur that seemed to glow in the sunlight. Although the fur was stained with dirt, its posture while walking still exuded a noble temperament. But the cat looked somewhat weak, probably due to long-term straying. Appraisal complete. Ju Yu happily stepped forward and picked up the cat. The injured Pei Lingyu forced open his tired, aching eyelids, glaring angrily at this ordinary person before him, who didn't even have a beast form. If he hadn't been ambushed by the Zerg, his starship damaged, and forced to make an emergency landing on this planet, with his psychic C injured and not yet recovered, how could he be so weak now? only able to manifest his beast form, and even be casually touched and held by an ordinary person. "Kitty, are you hurt? It's so desolate here. Come home with me. Who wants to go with you?" A purr came from Pei Lingyu's throat. He hissed and extended a paw. Channeling psychic energy, he swung it towards Ju Yu. But the psychic blade condensed. Just as it was about to touch Ju Yu's body, it suddenly dissipated into the air. Pei Lingyu was instantly filled with shock in his eyes. Has the damage to his spiritual sea already become this severe? Seeing the cat raise its paw, the assistant, thinking it was playing with him, reached out and touched the cat's paw. "Looks like you want to come home with me too." Although she knew that interstellar humans possessed metamorphosis abilities, but this place had been abandoned for many years. There wasn't a single person around. Besides, if it really were an interstellar human, they would have definitely launched a spiritual attack with one punch long ago and killed her. So she felt at ease and carried the cat back to the restaurant. Pei Lingyu lifted his eyelids slightly. The salty fish restaurant came into view. Who would open a restaurant on a barren planet? This can't be the Zerg's base, can it? It was all because the land across the entire interstellar realm had mutated due to unknown reasons. The land was no longer highly productive. Crop yields plummeted, coupled with the sudden emergence of nutrient solutions. One nutrient solution could sustain the nutritional needs for a day. People no longer focused on agriculture as their main livelihood. The land mutation on planet S28 was the most severe. It was the first to be abandoned. And at this moment, Ju Yu, who hadn't eaten for nearly a day, picked up the nutrient solution rewarded by the system, sniffed it. It was peach flavored. Curiously opened the packaging and took a big gulp. Immediately almost vomited it out. It had nothing to do with the imagined fresh and sweet honey peach flavor. A strange taste made from industrial additives, cloying and irritating to the throat. Even more outrageous was the peach-flavored nutrient solution identical to the one in her hand. It was still a bestseller, ranking in the top 3 on the sales charts. Ju Yu couldn't help but suspect just how much the agent loved nutrient solution. Would anyone even pay for the stuff in her restaurant then? "Host, please list the items for sale as soon as possible." Under the system's urging, Ju Yu opened the system page's recipe list and spent 10 coins to purchase the ingredients needed to make steamed egg with minced meat. Ingredients acquired. As for customers, nothing is more attractive than a live stream. Ju Yu registered an account, named the stream Steamed Egg with Minced Meat Tutorial, fixed the light brain shooting angle, and started the live stream. After waiting a while, 2 people entered the stream. Someone's actually live streaming a nutrient solution recipe reveal. Steamed egg with minced meat. Sounds a bit like food from Gulan Star. Are you dreaming, person earlier? Even if it really was Gulan Star food, they wouldn't stream making it. Watching the arguments in the stream's bullet comments, Ju Yu quickly spoke up. "Hello, everyone. Today, Ustream will show you how to make a home-style dish. Steamed egg with minced meat. These are the ingredients we'll be using today." Seeing the ingredients Ju Yu displayed, the bullet comments instantly exploded into chaos. What's going on? There's no Federation restaurant logo in this stream. Hey Emph, so what if you have ingredients? Flavor is what really matters. If you have the skills, turn on the holographic synesthesia. Looking at the suggestions from the bullet comments, Ju Yu smoothly and naturally turned on the live streams. Holographic synesthesia. This feature not only allows you to smell scents, but also lets the audience taste the food. Used to crack 3 eggs into a bowl. Add an appropriate amount of salt. Beat them with chopsticks until mixed. Then add cold water and whisk until fully integrated with the egg mixture. Strain out the foam with a fine mesh sieve. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap. Poke a few small holes in it. Place it in a steamer. Add minced meat to seasonings and stir-fry until fragrant. Once the stir-frying is done, the steamed egg in the steamer is also ready. Then pour the meat sauce over the steamed egg. Drizzle with a bit of sesame oil. The golden yellow egg is topped with a full layer of minced meat. After gently blowing to cool it, scoop a spoonful into the mouth. With a gentle press of the tongue, the egg custard melts in the mouth. The flavor of the minced meat on top is also just right. The audience in the live stream room are all devouring it. This egg is so tender. I recorded it. Next time, watch the video with nutrient solution. I don't believe the suggestion. Streamer, send it over and I'll help you check. The audience in the live stream instantly increased to 50 people. Everyone eagerly requested to taste the food. One of them happened to live on Planet S219, not far from Planet S28. Ju Yu immediately purchased 10 portions of ingredients, made another serving of minced meat steamed egg, packed it up and handed it to the pickup robot, and specifically paid for express delivery. 10 minutes later, the audience in F219 received the free samples. After taking a bite, they immediately posted in the live stream chat, "Wow, this is so delicious. The real thing is even better than what was experienced through holographic sensory simulation. The person upstairs is a plant, right? If I were a plant, may I drink flavorless nutrient fluid for the rest of my life?" Upon hearing this review, others scrambled to send messages in the chat, urging Ju Yu to send out samples. You must know, in the interstellar era, food is the exclusive domain of the nobility. The ancient Earth-style food sold in those few restaurants in the Federation costs at least 100 star credits per serving. And you can't even buy it without some connections. Now, being able to try it for free, why not go for it? Soon, the remaining 9 samples were given out. The viewers who received the samples all said in the chat that it was delicious. The other viewers were so envious their eyes turned red, and they all clamored for samples. Seeing this, Ju Yu set up a lottery with 10 winning slots. After the lottery results were announced, she ignored the audience's pleas to stay and closed the live stream. Then, she prepared and packaged 10 servings of steamed egg with minced meat and handed them to the Interstellar Express robot. The delivery speed and temperature control of Interstellar Express are absolutely top-notch. The packaging can preserve the food, so it tastes just like it just came out of the pot, and items can be delivered to the specified location within an hour. Remembering that her opening business task was not yet completed, she finally bought another 20 portions of ingredients to make steamed egg with minced meat. Fortunately, the used seasonings automatically refresh. No need to spend money to replenish them. Because of repeated preparation, the steamed egg with minced meat recipe has been upgraded to 2 stars. While the livestream still has popularity, Ju Yu quickly opened an online store. Referencing the prices of federal restaurants, she set the price of steamed egg with minced meat at 30 coins per serving. Then she placed the product link in the most prominent spot on the livestream homepage. Afterward, Ju Yu checked the store attributes. Shanyu Restaurant. Level LV1. Spending 2 energy stones can upgrade. Owner, Ju Yu. Unlocked recipe, steamed egg with minced meat 2 stars. Assets, 2,497 star coins. Reputation value, novice. Employees, 0. On the other side, Pei Ling once again caught the strong aroma of food in the air, and his stomach couldn't help but rumble. Is the kitty hungry? Finally hearing the sound, she took a serving of steamed egg with minced meat, mixed the minced meat and egg together with a spoon, and placed it in front of the kitty. The freshly steamed egg, each bite filled with a rich aroma and a complex texture. Pei Ling's eyes narrowed slightly as he ate, his tail gently swaying, just as he took his first bite of the steamed egg with minced meat. The system's mechanical voice suddenly sounded. Congratulations on unlocking the hidden side quest. Name status binding successful. Psychic level, unknown. Race, immune. Cat, affinity, 1%. Zhu looked at the question mark after the name, feeling extremely uncomfortable all over. Click to discover that you can spend 10 coins to modify. Decisively change the question mark to Mimi. The next second, a side quest to increase intimacy appeared. The progress bar shows that as intimacy increases, you will obtain energy stones and new recipes. Immediately happily lifted the cat up high. Mimi, you really are my little lucky star. With you, I won't need to take out system loans anymore. Meow Peeling was startled by the sudden upward motion. Eyes wide and round, pupils slightly dilated. You ignorant, ordinary human. Who allowed you to lift this, young marshal? A young girl crosses over to a barren planet and opens a restaurant, becoming wildly popular across the entire interstellar realm through food live streams. In this culinary desert where daily life relies on nutrient solutions, a bowl of steamed minced meat with egg makes the fluffballs actively seek her out. The young marshal of the Federation, with 3S level combat power and mental strength, transforms into a sundeer cat, devouring meals frantically. The noble and aloof interstellar movie queen acts cute and coquettish, just to eat one more plate of spicy grilled fish. The faces of the entire interstellar population were thoroughly slapped. Just moments ago, they were still sneering at the food made by Ju Yu. Doesn't know that food is the exclusive privilege of the nobility. An ordinary person who doesn't even have rice. What kind of delicious food could she possibly make? But the moment the minced meat and eggs were served, the overwhelming aroma and tender, smooth texture, the delicious taste experienced through full sensory immersion, instantly made the entire livestream explode. I don't believe the food made by a new streamer could actually be on par with the esteemed Federal Restaurant, unless the streamer sends the food over for me to taste. Finally, they could only start a giveaway, giving out 10 tasting samples. A clever netizen immediately mobilized uncles, aunts, and all sorts of relatives, opened over a dozen alternate accounts to join the giveaway, boosting the chances of winning. Sure enough, she won. Dong Lily's rabbit ears stood up high, staring eagerly at the front door. An hour later, the delivery finally arrived. She couldn't wait to tear open the packaging. The entire room was instantly filled with the overpowering aroma of steamed egg with minced meat. The steamed egg with minced meat before her had a golden hue. The minced meat perfectly blended with the egg mixture. Taking a spoonful into her mouth, the tenderness of the minced meat and the silky smoothness of the egg intertwined on her tongue, as if she were nestled in her mother's warm embrace. Her body, weary from work, felt relaxed. Tears slid from the corners of her eyes. This is just too delicious. It's just that the portion is a bit small. Dong Lily quickly clicked on the product link in the livestream and frantically started buying. At the same time, little golden hamster Hu Ying was live streaming a nutritional drink review when she suddenly heard a series of urgent knocks on the door. Opening the door, she saw that her delivery had arrived. The package was labeled steamed egg with minced meat. Isn't this the prize I just won? I didn't expect it to arrive so quickly. Actually, she just had a slip of the hand earlier and accidentally clicked into a new streamer's live broadcast with little popularity. Out of curiosity, she participated in the giveaway. Never expected she would luckily win the prize. The smoothness of it all made her suspect if there was some trick. So let's livestream trying the dish she won. The moment she opened the packaging box, a fragrant aroma wafted over, making Hu Ying unable to help but swallow her saliva. Yet in front of the many viewers, she remained stubborn. It smells good. Probably sprayed with the same perfume as the actual item. Scooping a spoonful into her mouth. The perfect cooking time. gave the steamed egg a tender, smooth texture, melting away with just a light touch. The delicious meat juices seeped into the steamed egg between her lips and teeth. Each bite was an ultimate temptation for the taste buds, making it impossible to stop. Seeing the streamer remain silent for a long time, the comments expressed sympathy. It must be too disgusting to even speak. As expected, Wu Nita's live broadcast loves to hype up replicating Gull Langson's dishes. But Hu Ying had no time to interact with the comments, swallowing the steamed egg in her mouth. She grabbed her light brain and clicked into Zhu Yu's live broadcast to place an order. The viewers who saw this scene also realized Wu Ying's mouth is very picky. Aside from federal restaurant food, rarely does anything make her lose her composure like this. So the audience flocked into Zhu Yu's live broadcast room to snap up the goods. In the blink of an eye, the products in the link were sold out. Wu Ying inadvertently glanced at the shipping location on the express delivery slip. Planet F228 is a long-abandoned planet. Its surface is riddled with ravines due to soil depletion causing reduced crop yields. It has long lost its value for existence. All citizens on the planet have already been evacuated. How could there still be someone who, through a live stream, gave out new recipes from Gulan and sold them at extremely cheap prices? This action caught the attention of many restaurants on the Federal Central Planet. Peter, the manager of Jinxiu restaurant, holding a meal box, urgently knocked on the door of the person in charge. Blake's office. Sir, something bad has happened. Today, a new streamer openly taught viewers how to make Gulan star cuisine. The online store's prices are cheaper than ours. They even give away dishes for free through lucky draws. This is what I spent 50 coins to buy from a lucky viewer. Look at how fresh these ingredients are. How delicious the taste is. Shouldn't we report this to the higher-ups immediately? Upon hearing this, Blake, however, was full of disdain. Even if she luckily obtained a batch of ingredients from some channel, how could she sustain it for long like this? Take your leftovers and get out immediately. Don't bother me with such trivial matters in the future. Peter left the office dejected. He originally intended to throw away the lunchbox, but the tip of his nose caught the scent of the dish. A faint fragrance wafting from the lunchbox. His mind recalled the moment he received the message and rushed over. The beast-eared boy looking at the steamed egg with minced meat he had bought. With a reluctant expression, he couldn't help but open the lunchbox and taste it. Although it was a bit cold, the sensation upon entering his mouth was marvelous. The level of craftsmanship could even rival the master chef at their own store. The little hamster server cleaning nearby stared fixedly at the food Peter had left. Sir, do you still want this? Ever since you entered with that item, I could smell the fragrance inside. I've never smelled such a unique scent before. Upon hearing this, Peter looked utterly puzzled. I've already eaten it. If you don't mind, you can take it and eat it. The little hamster immediately hugged the lunchbox and devoured the food. In no time at all, the food was cleared out. The Federation above. This is the first time I've eaten such amazing food. It licked the meal box clean, noted the logo of Zhu Yu's live stream room on the packaging, took out the light brain, searched, and followed. At the same time, Pei Lingyu, who had eaten 3 servings of steamed egg with minced meat in a row, satisfied, let out a burp. The next second, Zhu Yu's ears heard the familiar system notification sound. Congratulations on completing the opening mission. Successfully activated the restaurant. Please work hard to sell dishes. Your bound object, Mimi's intimacy, has increased to 10%. Reward 1 star. Recipe, shredded pork with green peppers. Star 1 Mimi. You really are my little lucky star. Zhu Yu excitedly picked up the cat, wet a clean towel, gently wiped the cat's fur. Meow, this human is not bad. Even knows to clean my fur. Pei Lingyu comfortably stretched its body, satisfied, narrowed its eyes slightly. looked around the room, immediately full of disdain. This is the first time he stayed in such a small room. Thinking so, he jumped onto the only bed in the bedroom. Ju Yu came out after showering, lifted the blanket, and got into bed. Pei Lingyu instantly startled, first standing on end. Meow, who allowed you onto the bed? Unfortunately, human and cat languages are not mutually understandable. Thinking the cat was unhappy about not having a cozy cat bed to sleep in, Ju Yu pulled the cat into his arms, soothed its fur. Be good. Our current conditions are a bit tough. Once we make money, definitely buy you the most luxurious cat bed. Pei Ling, having lost his mental energy, couldn't break free from her embrace, and could only resign himself to closing his eyes. Meow, considering how poor you are, I'll reluctantly forgive you. Seeing the cat so well behaved, Ju Yu's face was full of excitement. I declare you the best cat in the entire galaxy. The next day at noon, Ju Yu opened the live stream. The viewers who had clicked follow yesterday received the live stream notification and immediately rushed into the stream. The number of people in the live stream instantly reached 1,000. Hello everyone, I'm live streamer Little Fish. Welcome everyone to the Sean Yu live stream. Today, we're making shredded pork with green peppers. Ju Yu opened the system's light screen and purchased the ingredients for 5 servings of shredded pork with green peppers. Then, she presented the ingredients to the live stream audience. If you have the ingredients on hand, you can make it together with me. Same as yesterday, we'll be giving away 5 servings in a lucky draw today. As soon as shredded pork with green peppers was mentioned, the comments instantly flooded the screen, saying the streamer is too stingy. Shredded pork with green peppers sounds unappetizing at first mention. Don't participate, everyone. Ah, you old fool. If I hadn't tasted the steamed minced pork with eggs my grandson bought for me from the live stream, I might have actually believed your nonsense. Ju Yu washed several fresh green peppers. With the swift rise and fall of the knife, the pork tenderloin was uniformly cut into thin strips. Add dark soy sauce, cooking wine, and starch for marinating. Cut the green peppers in half. Remove the seeds and cut into strips the same size as the shredded meat. According to the ratio of 1 part, 1 spoonful of light soy sauce, 1 spoonful of oyster sauce, a little salt, half a spoonful of cornstarch, and an appropriate amount of clear water. Mix the sauce. Then heat the pan with oil. Pour in the marinated shredded meat and stir fry until it changes color. Then add the green peppers and minced garlic and stir fry for a moment. Stir the sauce in the bowl evenly and pour it in. Stir fry until the sauce thickens. The green peppers are crisp and refreshing in texture, intertwining with the tenderness of the shredded meat in the pan. The air is filled with a mouth-watering aroma. The live stream has started. The holographic synesthesia viewers can't wait to taste it, hugging each other, feeling that today's is even better than yesterday's. I directly forwarded the link to the family group chat. I don't believe I won't win this time. Ju places the green pepper shredded pork, one by one, into the specially designed packaging boxes from the system, sends them to the system warehouse for temporary storage. Then opens the lottery program. Soon the list of winners is out. The winning viewers scream frantically, "My aunt won." Great. Finally able to taste the host's cooking. Those who didn't win sorely say, "Don't get too happy too soon." Upstairs. Whether you can actually get it is another matter. Finally puts the green pepper shredded pork on the link. Congratulations to the 5 winning viewers. Those who didn't win don't need to be discouraged. I will add steamed egg with minced pork and green pepper shredded pork to the online store. Everyone can purchase as needed. Today's live stream ends here. See you next time. Amidst the netizens' reluctant pleas to stay, Ju Yu closed the live stream room, then scheduled an interstellar delivery online to send the dishes out, before collapsing tiredly onto the recliner. Meow, I'm hungry. Pei Lingyu walked up to her, using its tail to brush against her pant leg. Zhu Yu understood immediately, quickly bringing over the pre-prepared, experimental version of steamed egg with minced meat, placing it in front of the cat. Pei Lingyu, finally satisfied, happily swishing its tail behind. Meow, not bad. Zhu Yu stroked the cat while opening her light brain to check how much money she had earned. Coin 947. A few cold numbers made Zhu Yu's mouth twitch. Thinking about the 10 million debt still owed, Zhu Yu felt mentally exhausted. At this moment, Pei Lingyu looked up and happened to see the content on her light brain. Shocked, it failed to control the strength of its tail, accidentally knocking over the wooden armrest. This is the first time I've seen someone this poor. At the same time, the federal military was frantically searching for the young marshal. Based on the starship's positioning, they only found Pei Lingyu's tail fragments shot down by the insectoids, but discovered no trace of him. Interstellar Admiral Fei Yirui, full of irritation, continued, "Keep searching for me. We must see the person alive, or see the body dead." At the same time, the viewers who won the lottery in the live stream were overjoyed. Looking at the winning screenshot sent by Auntie in the family group chat, Sen Zaiting immediately packed up and rushed to Andy's house. Andy placed the package on the table and went out to pick someone up. The youngest son, Zhou Yu, nearby, curiously came closer, opened the package. Instantly, an enticing aroma wafted over. He couldn't resist picking up chopsticks right away, took a big mouthful of shredded pork with green peppers, and put it in his mouth. The rich texture of the shredded pork with green peppers intertwined in his mouth. Zhou Yu's eyes narrowed into slits with enjoyment. When Sen Zaiting and Auntie entered the room, this was the scene they saw. Immediately, anger flared up. "Zhou Yu, who gave you permission to open my package?" Saying this, she fiercely grabbed his ear. Auntie didn't indulge him either. "Later, use your allowance to buy Zaiting a new one. Buy several portions." Zhou Yu was very indignant. "It's just a bite of food, right? Fine, I'll buy it." The family of three immediately opened their light brain and entered the purchase page. After waiting for the merchant to list the product, they frantically clicked on the light screen. Unfortunately, in less than 1 second, the items were sold out. Sen Zaiting was filled with anxiety. Suddenly, Zhou Yu's puzzled voice came from beside her. "Ting ting, did I successfully place an order like this?" Sen Zaiting suddenly turned to look at his screen, immediately screamed out loud, You're amazing." 2 minutes later, Zhu Yu received a notification message that the dish was sold out. Netizens in the comment section were all begging the streamer to restock. Zhu Yu quickly seized the opportunity and made another 30 servings of steamed egg with minced meat and 20 servings of shredded pork with green peppers to put up for sale. Now, she was truly penniless and couldn't afford Interstellar Express delivery at all. At the critical moment, the system notification sounded, "Congratulations on completing the limited time task. Sell 100 servings of dishes. Reward, exclusive delivery service. Considering you completed this task within 2 hours. 1-star recipe white rice 1. Zhu Yu was instantly overjoyed. From now on, delivery costs would be saved. Watching her humming a tune and happily cooking a huge batch of dishes, then packing them all up again. Pei Lingyu secretly worried in his heart. Can't even afford to send packages, yet still making so much. Is this human going to go bankrupt? He quickly lowered his head and silently sped up his eating pace. Soon, several well-trained robots, walking in uniform steps, entered the restaurant. "Host, please name your delivery service and choose an exclusive logo. This can deepen customers' impression of the restaurant." Zhu Yu thought for a moment, then typed the 4 characters Salted Fish Express on the virtual light screen and chose a pattern of a kitten holding a fish. as the packaging logo. Mimi, look. This white cat above is awesome. Pei Lingyu was so frightened that his fur instantly stood on end. Meow, you finally admit it. You really do secretly admire me. Pei Ling reached out and scratched the picture on the box. Stupid humans. I'm not that fat. The girl's stinky tofu sells for 50,000 a bowl. Not only does no one think it's expensive, they even pay extra to buy it. All because, in the interstellar era, the heritage of Chinese cuisine has been severed. The land has undergone an unknown mutation, causing famine. People can only survive on nutrient fluid made from technology and harsh methods. Even the young marshal with 3S level mental power can't help but transform into a cat ball to be fed. At this time, Zhu Yu emerges out of nowhere. Relying on the management system to purchase unlimited ingredients, she broadcasts free cooking tutorials. The dishes she lists are high quality and affordable. She even holds giveaways for free samples. Instantly, the entire interstellar community is in an uproar. They all flood into Zhu Yu's live stream. Good morning, everyone. I'm your host, Little Fish. The dish we're making today is handsome rice noodle roll. As soon as she finished speaking, the audience fell silent. What is a rice noodle roll? Is it a dish made from offal? Is this edible? Yu ignored the questioning comments. She purchased 10 portions of rice noodle roll ingredients from the system and placed them in front of the camera to show everyone. Then, she took the soaked rice and put it into the Interstellar Special high-speed blender, added an appropriate amount of water, repeated the process several times, blending it into rice batter, poured it out and set it aside, mixed wheat starch and water in a certain ratio until uniform, poured it into the rice batter and stirred, then immediately heat the wok and add oil, put in the prepared shallots, ginger slices, and scallions, fry until golden brown, then remove. Add an appropriate amount of water and seasoning. Then pick up a small brush. Brush thin layer of oil on the rice noodle roll tray. Add a ladle of rice batter. Swirl to spread evenly. Then add a small amount of minced meat and egg into it. Start another burner to boil water. Once the water boils, directly place the rice noodle roll tray in. Cover and steam over high heat for 1 minute. Finally, put on heat-resistant gloves. Carefully take out the cooked rice noodle rolls. Use a scraper to gently slide the rice noodle rolls into the center of the plate. Then drizzle a ladle of sauce over them. 1 portion of rice noodle rolls is now complete. Pei Ling, drawn by the aroma, stealthily climbs onto the dining table, taking advantage of Zhu Yu preparing the next portion. Unnoticed, he sneaks close and takes a bite of the rice skin. The delicate and smooth sensation instantly melts slowly on the tip of the tongue. Every fold in the rice noodle roll secretly holds sauce, making every bite full of rich flavor, coupled with the minced meat and egg wrapped inside. It prevents everything from being too bland, filled with a rich and fragrant taste. The only shortcoming is the portion is too small. Not enough to eat. Pei Ling pushes the finished plate into Zhu Yu's line of sight, raises a paw and taps the edge of the plate with a claw tip, making a sound to signal her to add more. Zhu Yu deftly scoops the freshly made rice noodle rolls into his plate. Eat slowly, it's very hot. Pei Ling, however, didn't think much of it. This temperature was nothing to someone with 3 seconds abilities like him. It was as easy as pie. He eagerly buried his head into the plate. Meow, so hot. He forgot now a 3-year-old cat. The live stream chat instantly flooded. Ha 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 ha, the kitty got burned. Humans are no match for cats. Crying storm. Does the streamer need more pets at home? Just feed me. Finally, he looked at the freshly made rice noodle rolls. There were quite a lot. He happily decided to launch a giveaway for 30 lucky viewers to send out rice noodle rolls. But for the massive number of viewers, 30 portions were pitifully few. Forget about winning the giveaway. They couldn't even snag items from the online store. The chat was filled with wailing, resentful wife-style comments. Among them was a hello. The streamer's cat is so cute. What color sack do you like? Zhu Yu called out the name. Thank you to this viewer. Thanks, Pearl Milk Tea, for praising my cat. Sending you a portion of rice noodle rolls. What? The cat gets you rice noodle rolls? Streamer, pick me. I can praise for an hour. Without repeating. Instantly, the screen was filled with praises and flattery for the cat and her. Zhu Yu was almost embarrassed watching. So from now on, in addition to the regular giveaways, the live stream will have an extra chat. Random dish drop. The audience's eyes instantly lit up. Okay. From now on, as soon as I open my eyes, I'll start thinking of material, attracting the streamer's attention and well wishes. After the prize draw, some in the livestream were happy, some were worried, and some started getting abstract. Seeing the ID of someone I used to chase among the winners. Can I go ask him for some rice noodle rolls to try? One Yingji looked at a certain name on the light brain contact list. After struggling for a long time, he took a deep breath and sent out a message. Can I try the rice noodle rolls you won? Without waiting for a reply, he swiftly turned off the light brain, burying his head into a pillow. Secretly, having chased after that person for so many years. Never had the courage to be this bold before. So embarrassing. What if he doesn't agree? On the other side, Shen Mingxi felt the vibration of his light brain after finishing his workout. Opening the message to look, he was instantly stunned. He had won a prize. Opening the network backend, he saw a user with the ID Wolfish was asking him for his address to send a delivery. Turns out, before his workout when he was looking for a follow-along exercise video, his finger accidentally tapped and entered a food livestream. He must have won the prize at that time. After filling in the address, he replied to her message. You can come. In less than 10 minutes, the delivery arrived. Shen Mingxi placed the item on the table, left the door slightly open, and went into the bathroom to shower. One Yingji saw the message and immediately rushed over, skillfully opened the door and entered the house. Immediately spotted the package on the table. A chibi-style white kitten holding a fish. Next to it was written, Salted Fish Express. Waited anxiously for half a day, until Shen Mingxi came out of the bathroom. Then couldn't wait to unwrap the package. Inside were packed rice noodle rolls and a bag of sauce. Carefully poured the sauce over the rice noodle rolls. Instantly, the air filled with the distinctive aroma of rice noodle rolls. Gently picked up the rice noodle rolls with chopsticks and put them into the mouth. The thin rice noodle roll skin between the lips and teeth melted away, revealing the juicy and delicious minced meat inside. Combined with the rice noodle roll skin, salty and fragrant, just right. The rice noodle roll skin and filling soaked in sauce at the bottom were even more full of layers, making it endlessly memorable. Seeing her engrossed in the food, Shen Ming's lips curled slightly, reached out and gently wiped the sauce from her face. After hesitating for a while, with a slightly red face, said, Yin Ji, I've liked you for a long time. Can we be together? As soon as the words fell, one Yinji's chopsticks dropped to the ground. Before, she had been sending gifts indirectly and changing nicknames, secretly pursuing him for so long. Shen Mingxi had shown no reaction. She thought he wasn't interested in her. But they ended up together because of a portion of rice noodle rolls, making her feel like she had been a clown all along. One Yingji grew angrier the more she thought about it. Couldn't help but burst into tears. Shen Mingxi was startled, thinking she was unwilling. Fortunately, it was clarified later on. The two sweetly shared the deliciousness of the rice noodle rolls. Meanwhile, in the lounge of the Starfish venue on planet S004, the interstellar top idol, Singer Zi Siuan was preparing for the first stop of his interstellar tour. He leaned back in his chair, his hair slightly disheveled, exuding a lazy aura. The organizer's representative, Zhuo Ren, suddenly brought over a dish. "You've been busy rehearsing and haven't eaten yet, right? This is something we specially bought from Jingxiu restaurant. Tomato and egg noodles. Please try it and see if it suits your taste." A rich aroma of food wafted from the meal box. Zi Siuan picked up a few noodles and put them into his mouth. Watching him eat the tomato and egg noodles, an unusual delight surged in Zhuo Ren's eyes. He immediately went out, hid in a corner, took out his light brain, and made a call. "Boss, the task is done." On the other side, Honor on the capital planet S001 felt in high spirits upon hearing this. Immediately booked a ticket to planet S004. The show is about to begin. You, who never expose yourself in front of fans, love playing mysterious, don't you? Zi Siuan, let's see how you hide this time. But at this moment, Zi Siuan only took a few bites, then pushed the noodles aside. His agent, Jiang Ping, was somewhat surprised. This is from Jingxiu restaurant, which has won first place for several consecutive terms at the Federal Culinary Competition, where a single dish is hard to come by. The organizers went through great trouble to buy it. He actually ate a few bites and then stopped eating. Zi Siuan glanced at her and didn't speak. What first place in the competition? It's just an empty title, far less important than what he had eaten. After the tasting, performance began. Having just finished the first segment of song singing, Zi Siuan used changing clothes as an excuse to endure the discomfort and lock himself in the restroom. His originally calm mental state was now surging like scalding magma. The part of his mental power used to suppress his mimicry manifestation also began to spiral out of control. The bat ears on his head had already emerged, and the curly tail behind him had appeared as well. Then, with a poof, Zi Siuan disappeared on the spot, turning into a Shiba Inu. That's right, his mimicry form is the opposite of his personality. A silly, cute Shiba Inu that isn't imposing at all. So from his debut until now, he had never exposed his mimicry form in public, because once people found out, he would definitely face widespread fan backlash. No, he absolutely must not expose his mimicry form in front of fans. But before he could think of a countermeasure, the time to go on stage arrived. Complex footsteps sounded outside. Jiang Ping was knocking on the door. After not hearing his response for a long time, she was already anxiously sending someone to find the spare key. Zi Siuan immediately felt extremely anxious, but there was simply nowhere to hide in the restroom. Suddenly, he saw a window. He hurriedly climbed onto the dressing table, used the momentum to leap out the window, then hid inside a box. Jiang Ping wouldn't be able to find him. She would naturally handle the follow-up matters for him. He could just come out after the performance ended. Waiting and waiting, Zi Siuan fell asleep. When he woke up again, he felt the surroundings had become much noisier. The box he was in had been moved onto a starship. Eavesdropping on the transport workers' conversation, he learned these things were to be shipped to planet S289 for centralized destruction. Zi Siuan was instantly stunned. He immediately wanted to push open the lid and escape, but many things were piled on top of the box. He used every ounce of his strength. When he finally pushed open the box lid, the starship had already been traveling for a long time. It was currently docked at a transfer station on some planet. He quickly crawled out from the ventilation opening on the top of the starship and fled the starship's vicinity in one breath. As soon as he looked up, a gust of wind mixed with sand blew directly into his face. Pa! Pa! Siuan scrunched up his face, spit out the sand in his mouth, stared blankly at the desolate sandy ground. Holy shit, where the hell did this bring him? Was this even still within Federation jurisdiction? Back at the Starfish venue, Rong Yu, after seeing Zi Xiuan hurriedly leave the stage, instantly became excited, gloatingly waited to see him make a fool of himself. But after waiting a long time, Zi Xiuan's figure still did not appear on stage. Jiang Ping was explaining to the fans. Zi Xiuan was unable to continue the performance due to physical discomfort. A portion of the ticket money will be refunded later. Fans, out of concern for their own idol, although somewhat unhappy, still left the venue in an orderly manner. Rong Yu instantly so angry that he smashed his wine glass. Where is he? I'm asking you, where is Zi Xiuan? His subordinates searched the entire venue, but could not find any trace of Zi Xiuan. Zhuo Ren was so scared, he knelt on the ground. I don't know. I really watched him eat the noodles. Rong Yu was furious. Kicked Zhuo Ren over. Useless trash. Drag him out and deal with him cleanly. Early the next morning, Zhu Yu had just opened the shop door when she felt something furry by her feet. Looking down, a little Shiba Inu was curled up by the door. Its body was dirty. She hurriedly carried it back into the restaurant. Zi Xiuan suddenly woke up. Looking at the human in front of him, who had no ill intent, a flash of vigilance passed through his eyes. Where is this? Seeing he was awake, Zhu Yu quickly made a serving of shredded pork with green peppers, mixed it with rice, and brought it to the Shiba Inu. Zi Xiuan retreated a few steps, full of wariness, but the aroma of the food wafted over, making it impossible for the little dog with its keen sense of smell to resist. It eagerly buried its head in the bowl. Steaming hot rice paired with the sauce from the shredded pork and green peppers. Every bite was full of rich aroma and abundant texture. Zi Xiuan happily wagged his curly tail. A contented whimper escaped from the throat. Congratulations on unlocking the hidden side quest. Name, position, status binding successful. Psychic level race Shiba Inu affinity 20%. Zhu Yu skillfully typed the two characters Wonka into the name field. Your bound object Wonkai's affinity has increased to 10%. Reward: 1-star recipe spicy braised chicken feet 1. Your bound object Wonkai's affinity has increased to 20%. 1-star recipe braised pork 1. Congratulations on achieving the accomplishment. All things have spirit. Reward energy 11. Zhu Yu was immediately overjoyed. Wonka, you really are my little lucky star. Pei Ling Niu, still sleeping lazily in the second-floor bedroom, was awakened, impatiently rubbing his eyes. It's so noisy outside. What is that human messing with now? Got up and went downstairs. Saw a human and a dog playing very happily. An inexplicable sense of irritation welled up in his heart. Heartless human, playing so happily with the strange dog. Immediately rushed over and gave the Shiba Inu a beating. Zi Xiuan, aggrieved, extended the beaten hand in front of Zhu Yu, whimpering. It hurts, human. You judge who's right. How can this cat hit people randomly? Unfortunately, human and dog languages are not mutually understandable. Zhu Yu thought he was offering a handshake. Instantly felt somewhat surprised. Wonka, you're amazing too. You even know how to shake hands. Wow, is this person's brain okay? Meow, still daring to curse? The cat pounced to continue teaching him a lesson. Zhu Yu thought he wanted to play with the Shiba Inu. Immediately reached out and pressed down, holding the cat's paw. Placed it on the Shiba Inu's paw. Wonka will be your new playmate from now on. Are you happy? Pei Ling, forced to shake hands. From baring teeth and warning at the Shiba Inu. See, Mimi is indeed very happy. The weather is nice today, as it happens. Do you want to take a bath with Wonka? Pei Ling, upon hearing this, ran away with a terrified look. Watching Zhu Yu playing very happily with the silly dog, shook his head helplessly. Forget it. This household still relies on me. Because of binding with Wonka, the system gifted braised pork and spicy marinated chicken feet. Thinking of the braised pork, he couldn't help but drool. Immediately opened the live stream. The audience, receiving notifications, poured into the live stream one after another. Hello everyone, today I'm making braised pork. Finally, within the system. Purchase the ingredients to make 10 portions of braised pork. Looking at the white, fatty meat on the screen, some impatient viewers immediately took a bite through holographic sensory connection. Tui, this thing tastes awful. Has a strange taste. Seeing the comments, Ju Yu felt both amused and exasperated. It tastes that way because the meat hasn't been deodorized yet. Friends who have the ingredients at home can follow my steps and learn together. Brought a large iron pot from the warehouse. Heated the iron pot. Put on heat-resistant gloves. Placed over 10 pieces of pork belly into the pot. Sear the skin in the dry pot. This is the most important step to remove the gamey taste from the pork belly skin. Soak the scalded meat in a basin of warm water for 5 minutes. Gently scrape the scalded surface with a small knife. Then place the scraped clean meat into a pot of cold water. Add scallions, ginger, and yellow wine. Bring to a boil over high heat and continue boiling for 5 minutes. When the time is up, remove the meat. Rinse it clean with warm water. Place it on the cutting board. Cut the pork belly into evenly sized cubes. Then start with a new pot. Add a small amount of oil. Put the cut meat into the pot and stir fry to color it. Add a small half bowl of yellow wine to remove gaminess and enhance fragrance. Add an appropriate amount of light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and vinegar for seasoning. Continue stir frying for a few minutes. Then add bay leaves, cinnamon, star anise, and scallion sections. Finally, pour in boiling water to cover the meat in the pot. After the water boils, reduce to low heat. Cover and braise for 1 hour. Then pick out the spices. Add a little salt for seasoning. Finally, turn the heat to high to reduce the sauce. During this process, keep stirring with the spatula to prevent the meat at the bottom of the sauce from sticking to the pot and burning. When the sauce is almost reduced, switch to medium heat and stir fry slowly. Continue to thicken the sauce. Finally, turn off the heat and plate it. Sprinkle a little fresh osmanthus flowers on top of the meat for garnish. A fragrant aroma wafts over. The audience can't wait any longer and through holographic synesthesia, devour the barrage, all with uniformly positive reviews. Finally, they can't resist either. Pick up a piece of trembling, quivering braised pork belly and put it into their mouths. The meat is tender with a perfect balance of lean and fat. The pieces of meat burst with juice in the mouth like jelly. Every bite is filled with the aroma of sauce and meat. If you had another bowl of rice to mix it with, that would be absolutely amazing. The lottery has already started. Today, 30 lucky viewers will be drawn to receive braised pork for tasting. Everyone was cheering for the increased number of winners today, when a different kind of comment appeared in the bullet chat. Thank you, streamer. Thanks to the rice noodle rolls you gifted. I got together with Uncle Kua, whom I liked before. Finally seeing this comment, I smiled slightly. Congratulations to the viewer with the ID Emma Clown. You have won a portion of today's bullet chat. Drop braised pork. Instantly, the viewers in the bullet chat were all heartbroken. Alright, so we are the real clowns. How come you get sweet love? And also delicious braised pork? The livestream countdown ended. The system list came out. The livestream bullet chat erupted again. Some were happy. Some were crying stormily. Today, Juyu added another interactive element. The dishes made during the livestream can be learned and made at home. Take a photo and send it to me through the backend. I will select 2 to send a portion of song-style braised pork. After saying goodbye to the viewers, Ju Yu closed the livestream. Your bound partner, Mimi, has reached 30% intimacy. Unlocked beverage, 1 box of fresh orange juice. Energy 11 salted fish restaurant. Shop upgrade conditions have been met. Will you spend 2 energy stones to upgrade the shop to LV2? Although unsure how Mimi's intimacy suddenly increased, Ju Yu still promptly chose yes. Congratulations, your shop has been upgraded to LV2. Reward, shop area expanded by 1.5 times. 1 smart robot kitchen assistant cannot be upgraded. Serial number 001. Function, automatically acquires dishes you have learned and replicates them perfectly. It is a great helper for your shop management. Ju Yu was immediately overjoyed. He was just worried about the online shop supply not keeping up with demand. The system's gift came just in time. It really helped him out a lot. At the same time, on the Federal Capital Star, Chu Anan is a graduate of the Federal Interstellar University, majoring in star media. She is also an online food review blogger, with 500,000 followers and a small reputation. Originally, she was troubled about the topic for her next video, when her best friend strongly recommended a live stream to her, saying it would definitely give her inspiration. Curious, Chu Anan clicked in to take a look. It was an ordinary person without any abilities, live streaming the cooking of a Gulan new dish. She was instantly extremely disappointed. Only a few restaurants on the Federal Capital Star in the entire interstellar realm could make the Gulan new dish. How could an ordinary person, without even psychic power, possibly make it? Regretfully watching so many precious ingredients being wasted, Chu Anan began writing with heartfelt pain. The theme for the next issue. Nights, a non-shape-shifting streamer wastes ingredients just to grab attention. Soon, the draft was finished. Just about to exit the live stream, but accidentally clicked on the nearby holographic sensory link. Instantly, a rich and intense aroma wafted over. Oh my! How could there be such an overpowering fragrance? Chu Anan couldn't wait, and through the holographic sensory link, tasted the braised pork made in Ju Yu's live stream. Immediately, she was greatly shocked. An ordinary person without shapeshifting ability. How could they produce such a delicious ancient Lanshin cuisine? Unbelievable. The streamer must have used some technology, adding filters to the holographic sensory link. Chu Anan immediately joined the giveaway. I never expected to actually win it. In less than half an hour, the delivery was already in my hands. I unwrapped the package and couldn't wait to open the lid. Inside the box were 2 neatly arranged pieces of braised pork belly, along with half a box of rice about the size of a fist. The braised pork had a bright, reddish sheen, and the rice grains were each distinct and separate. It was actually exactly the same as what I had just seen in the live stream. I brought it close to my nose and took a sniff. The rich, meaty aroma of the braised pork, intertwined with the unique floral scent of osmanthus. I gently picked up a piece and put it in my mouth. The first thing I felt was the thin layer of sugar glaze on the outside. As I chewed, the unique texture of the meat spread throughout my mouth. It was fatty, but not greasy. The fragrance of osmanthus gradually burst forth during the chewing, perfectly balancing out the greasiness of the fatty meat, bringing a refreshing experience to the entire dish in terms of taste. So satisfying. Chu Anan couldn't wait to get utensils, and directly picked up the rice with her hand, taking a big bite into her mouth. This feeling was simply amazing. It was in no way inferior to the splendid restaurant she frequented. Even the price, on the live stream and online store, could beat all the restaurants selling Gulan cuisine. On the Federal Capital Star, barely restraining the desire to continue devouring it, Chu Anan hurriedly took out her light brain to shoot some material. This would make for some great video content. At the same time, the moment the shop leveled up, the system, centered on the Shanyu restaurant, expanded outward by 1.5 times. Zi Siwan, who was taking a stroll after dinner, felt his vision blur. Wasn't this wasteland just a moment ago? How did it become the restaurant's domain? Could it be a side effect of the Chinese medicine? Zi Siwan didn't pay it much mind. Pei Lingyu, however, suddenly opened his eyes, acutely sensing a mysterious force sweeping over the restaurant. The restaurant's area had silently expanded quite a bit. Pei Lingyu looked at Zhu Yu's expression, and it instantly became complicated. Endless materials, strange delivery companies, and the suddenly enlarged restaurant. The seemingly ordinary human harbored many secrets. Unaware that his cover was about to be blown, Zhu Yu was currently leading the intelligent robot and the kitchen helper in a frenzy of capturing. As proficiency continuously increased, the familiar system sound rang in his ears again. Congratulations, your recipe, steamed egg with minced pork, has successfully advanced to 3 stars. Triggered the dish's special function. Sleep aid, congratulations, your recipe, shredded pork with green peppers, has successfully advanced to 3 stars. Triggered the dish's special function. Promotes intestinal peristalsis. Congratulations, your recipe white rice has successfully advanced to 3 stars. Triggered the dish's special function. Randomly enhances. Occasionally repairs mental strength. Friendly reminder, the above special functions only affect the consumer. Effects are more pronounced on those with high mental strength. Recipes upgraded to 3 stars. Have special functions. Before you could even figure it out, the smart robot nearby made a sound. Ding dong, unlock function. Samsung recipe production. Zhu curiously clicks in the intelligent robot. Steamed egg with minsedmiat on the surface. Production quantity selected as 1. Only to see a beam of white light emanating from the intelligent robot's body. The ingredients of lit on the table. Subsequently, the light beam began to scan automatically, finally stopping at making a minced pork steamed egg. On the ingredients required, the white light turned red. Red light locked on. The locked ingredients vanished into thin air. The next second, a finished, steaming hot minced pork steamed egg appeared in front. The golden egg custard was as smooth and delicate as silk, emitting an enticing sheen. The generous topping of minced pork was the perfect finishing touch, visible to the naked eye. The fresh, tender, and juicy minced pork, perfectly combined with the egg custard beneath. Scoop a spoonful into the mouth. The two intertwined into a wondrous sensation in the mouth. Compared to the minced pork steamed egg he made himself, this could practically be considered master level. Just the so-called special. Finally, I didn't feel any function. I brought out the steamed egg with minced pork, and the braised pork I made myself, along with rice. Kitty Shiba Inu. You must be starving. Come and eat quickly. Zi Siwan was drawn by the aroma, buried his head in the bowl and wolfed it down. Pei Lingyu glanced at him disdainfully. What a stupid dog. Then he started eating elegantly, bite by bite. As the food went down, he faintly sensed, as if there were subtle streams of warmth flowing through his body. He thought it was because he had been sunbathing. Pei Lingyu didn't think much of it. But Zi Siwan beside him had already finished eating. He pushed the empty bowl forward and exclaimed, "Delicious! More, please." The braised pork and steamed egg with minced pork were gone. Finally, I gave him an extra serving of shredded pork with green peppers. Zi Siwan ate with a satisfied look on his face. The tail behind him wagged happily and rapidly. Suddenly, his stomach started rumbling. Zi Siwan instantly looked horrified. He grabbed his tail and dashed outside. Woof woof, I misjudged you. Damn woman. You had ill intentions. Hearing the furious dog barking outside, Zhu Yu finally realized. She couldn't help but laugh. Sorry, Wonka. I forgot. The special function of shredded pork with green peppers is to promote intestinal peristalsis, so the special functions of the dishes work on animals too. Upon hearing this, Pei Linyu was completely stunned. This was the first time he had heard of such a thing. The new dishes from the Quran come with special functions. Why don't I have them like the stupid dog? Could it be that each dish has a different function? Thinking of the warm flow I felt earlier flowing inside my body, I quickly closed my eyes to look inward at my shattered spiritual sea. Carefully scanning it, I discover that two small fragments have connected. The crack between them has become shallower. Pei Lingyu hurriedly takes several big bites of braised pork, feeling the changes inside his body. It's not the braised pork. Switching targets. It's not the steamed egg with minced meat either. Then only plain white rice is left. Meow. Found it. It's the white rice. White rice actually has the function of restoring spiritual power.